Welcome back, everybody. I am back, and I'm with some wonderful Beehive contestants. We are here at Landmark down at 34th and Market. This is a wonderful spot, and I'm glad that you're here to join us. Let my Beehive people introduce themselves.
Hello out there, my name is Will. I'm a summer camp counselor. I'm also a part-time gynecologist, ladies, Dr. Will.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Chappell. I'm a PR professional here in Philadelphia, and I'm also the author of the blog I'm Hatin'.
Hello, my name is Daryl. During the day, I'm actually a special ed classroom assistant over at Ben Franklin High School. I work with autistic support children. And my other passion during the evening is I started my own sports blog where I write about sports and I write about sneakers. That's Daryl, D-A-R-R-Y-L, 616 at Blogspot if you want to come and read some of my posts.
The elections are coming up. What do you guys think? How do you feel?
I'm voting for, Mitt Romney.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I was just joking. I think Obama's earned the right for another, 4 years. Him and Joe Biden. I think a lot of times people got on him when he first got into office, and he had to clean up, 8 years prior to that, probably 12 years, maybe even longer than that, of garbage. And it takes time. I think with him, he's done a good job in 4 years, but for him, 4 years is not long enough. Let's come back at this thing in 2016, once he finished out his second term and see, really, so then we can really judge what it is exactly, what he's done over 8 years. But I mean, I just feel like some of the things they're doing, mainly in the minority community, about having to have ID to vote, especially for older people, that's going to discourage a lot of people from going out to vote, and I think the powers to be know that. So now that we're here in August, going into September, young, old, everything in between, make sure you have your ID. Make sure during election day when you go to the polls in November, regardless of who you're voting for, make sure you have that right ID so they can't turn you away, because you need to make your voice, heard come, that first or second week in November, because if you're not going to, pull that lever to vote, you can't complain about the results that may happen afterwards. So the ball's in your court.
Okay. I'm gonna get hurt on this one, but
no, you're not.
Honestly, what I jokingly say is I'm voting for myself, Chappell, for 2014, Chappell. But I honestly don't know. I hear. I mean, I can. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I'm not liberal. I'm not conservative. I'm in the middle about a lot of things. I mean, I think that honestly, with the two candidates that I think we should have not a draft, but can we get some more resumes? Honestly,
Absolutely.
If these are the best people we have, then America needs to do better. I'm sorry. I just think that
you just gotta keep it real.
Exactly, and I'm just keeping it real. I don't think that. I mean, not to say that Obama hasn't done anything.
Right.
I think that there's legislation that he put out there that could be. But I also think that no one's going to be able to get anything done because you have a Congress that is stuck on being stupid. And they want to stick and do what they want to do. And no matter if you have it more, leaning more Democrat, whether you have it leaning more Republican. You can't get anything through. There's too many, like my grandma used to say, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, too many people taste test, and there's too many people having their opinion on something when it needs to just be, okay, this is what's the best for the people, this is what we're going to do, let's get it done. I think that, Obama does a lot of great things, but he also did a lot of really not so great things. The money given to the banks, that should have went to the people. I'm sorry, a lot of those banks, underhanded is not the word. I mean, criminal is not the word, but they're not in prison. But my little dope boy down the street is. This is ridiculous. And he's going to be in prison for 8 to 10 years just because, for selling something because he can't get a real job because he's only 17 and he dropped out of school because the school system is failing him also.
Those bailouts, that's exactly talking about where anyone that's sitting at this table that's going to some form of higher education, they should be bailed out from their student loans.
Thank you.
Somebody write a letter to, what are the companies?
Talk about debt.
Somebody write
Exactly.
So someone right
I mean,
there.
expunge that.
When
and
it comes to mortgages, people should be bailed out for their mortgages.
Exactly, and that money should have went, and that's where the money should have went. That money should have went there. So there's some things I can obviously look behind. There's some things that I'm like, okay, I want to see what he has to bring. And then there's some things that, you know, like I said, I'm not really a fan of Romney or Paul Ryan. Oh, dear God, like, set the women's movement back. Like, I mean, cheese and rice. But, you know, like I said, if right now this is all we have, this is the best America has to offer, then we need to go back to the drawing board. Because, honestly, I want the best candidates, the best people who think that they can actually, honestly, run this country to the best of their abilities. I want everybody that's in Congress, everybody there needs to reapply for their jobs, because they should not just be given. They should not. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to sit there
off of our
taxpayer money to do what? And like I said, I don't see anything getting done. I could be okay if I saw things getting done. I could be happy with things getting done. But I don't see and I'm taxed heavily and I think you guys know, as a single person in the city of Philadelphia. I mean, especially in the city of Philadelphia,
when you get paid, you're like,
you get taxed for living here. You get taxed for not living here and working here. Then you get taxed double if you live and work here. So it's ridiculous. I mean, please tell me when it ends. If I saw more of my money being used to good things, I would be okay with it. But if I saw a lot more betterment in my community, wherever, I would be okay with it. But right now, I'm not. And right now, I think that the people that we have are just not good enough, and they're not going to cut it. And we need more.
And that's my biggest draw with all the politicians, Republicans, Democrats, Independents. My biggest concern is always health care. And a lot of times early in the morning, I'm driving to work and I see health centers, people lining up around the corner just for opportunity to see a doctor. They could be waiting for hours, but they only let maybe 10 or 15 people a day in. So once you're that 16th, 17th person, you're out of luck. And who knows, you may be looking for a job and have no health insurance, but you need to get a TV shot or you need to get a physical in order to get hired at that job. You're the 16th or 17th person. Now you're out of luck. You may not have the money to pay $50 or $100 to get that to get hired.
Just listening to y'all and just the problems that y'all say that we're facing as far as president candidates. Me personally, I'm gonna vote for Obama. The only reason I'm gonna vote for Obama is because I believe in that he's going to do everything that he says he's going to do. I believe that he does stick to his slogan. He's for the people, we the people. And you got to look at it like this. We're just not the only community that he has to sit down and make things work for us as well. Because the same problems that we might face, you know, the Caucasians and the Asians or the Mexicans or Hispanics, they don't face the same problems that we face. Or, you know, and we can sit and talk about the healthcare. That's just one of those things that's going to go on and on and on. Because if you look at it, we was talking about the whole welfare situation. Whereas though you had people that was getting free healthcare and all these free incentives and things, and they abused it. Absolutely. They abused it. And by them abusing it, it's skyrocketing it more, skyrocketing the debt even more. And then you got to having a place where, as though if he got to satisfy us as a community, it's other bigger people that helped him get to where he's at now that he has to satisfy them as well.
Now, my only thing about that is that he talks to them. He doesn't talk to us directly. Tell me where, and I mean, please point it out to me, where he has said to the African American community, these are things I will do for you. He said things to the Hispanic community. These are things I'm going to do for you. He said it to the Caucasian, the Jewish community. These are things I'm going to do for you. He said it to the Asian community. These are things I plan to do. I haven't heard anything from the African American community. And the one thing is, I'm not going to put it on just him. I'm going to say that we haven't asked for anything. We haven't asked for anything of substance. And we have the wrong people also who are heading our communities. And I mean, with Medicaid, especially, and I know we talk about welfare and all that, more white people, more Caucasians are on Medicaid than African Americans. Period.
Welfare too.
And Hispanics. So let's make sure we know.
There's always going to be higher numbers because we're the minority.
More of them are in jail as well.
But they make it seem like it's a black thing. Welfare is a black thing.
We have to stop thinking this way. Oh, he's black. He's going to work out in our interest. And he's going to do, we shouldn't have to tell him what we want. He's going to do what we know.
Yeah, we got to speak up. You got to speak up, you don't get anything.
But on the same token, as a community, we got to do better. We can't expect our leaders to do things for us. It's self-responsibility. We need to do. We got to take actions for our own responsibility.
And I think it starts at a lower level. I mean, we're talking about our president taking responsibility. We need to also, aside from taking responsibility for ourselves, we need to make sure that our local government officials are taken care of. Right. I mean, how many city council people can you name off? A few in Philadelphia? I mean, I'm not going to say that you guys can't, but as educated individuals, you could probably name maybe 3.
Right.
The mayor. Why isn't the mayor doing something? The governor. I mean, we need to make sure
and advocacy needs to be something.
Our Senate, like, do you know the state senators that represent your county? We need to know those things, and we need to make sure we have to hold those people accountable for every single thing that they said before we went in and voted for them. Because we're the one putting them in office.
But you think about it like this, and it goes back to Sam, who was just saying, people need to get out and vote. People don't want to vote. So if we could complain about, the people that we have in office, but if people's not doing their job to get out and vote to try to make the situation better, or, telling people, let's go vote, let's go do this. As a community, as a black community, just speaking from us, we still only represent 1/3 of a vote anyway. So we need to keep pushing each other, to get out and vote. Vote, look for the people that you think that'll suit us best for our lifestyles, and not just for our lifestyles, but our children's lifestyles. They come up because it's laws they make today that won't be in place until years and years after. So you gotta think about things like that, and then also we just gotta do better as far as the people that we see, the way they project themselves on TV from the campaigns. Aside that, look up on that person. Don't just go by what the media's putting out about this person.
You do your own homework. You do your own.
I mean, you do so much research on every other thing.
I know, right?
So you Google everything. When that pair of jeans gonna go on sale,
right?
Go research on that.
Right. Just like you'll do your favorite artist. Yeah. You'll find out their favorite food, where they from, and all this.
DVR your favorite show.
Exactly. Yeah. How about you do the same thing for your politicians? See where they came from. Yeah. See the things that they did, the movements that they made, the stepping stones that they had laid down for other people to follow. You know what I mean? It's so much that we could just put into that. We can't just keep going off of what, the media saying, oh, well, such didn't do this, and such didn't do that. But yeah, it still is a lot of things that, a lot of, as far as Democrats and Republicans do, that gets swept under the rug because it's not looked for as being, up there, or just being, what's the word I'm looking for?
Readily accessible, told to us, propaganda.
Exactly.
Like
more important.
Whose tax return they want?
It's less important.
Mommy's like, where's your tax return? He's like, I'm not showing it.
And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, and at this point, it's like, he's the one to show tax returns. Like I said, you have Paul Ryan now, who's just like, wow. And then, but also, how many times has Biden said something that I'm just like, don't say that out loud. What is wrong with you? Yeah, keep that,
Where's your PR person?
The filter between his head and his mouth is missing. So there's a filter that's, that little voice that said, whoa, cut that out. Don't say that.
Not any worse than Bush. Bush just said whatever. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being on my show. We had a great conversation. I had a really good time. As you can see, these people right here, they have a lot to say. And if you have any sense, you will go right now, find them, follow their blogs. I'm hating.
Absolutely. Daryl616, blogspot.com, on Twitter, Sports65, Sports 24/7, 365. Once again, that's Sports_24/7, 365.
This guy, I love the way he thinks.
Yeah.
I love the way
he thinks.
And also, don't forget about my friend Billy Abstract. Follow him at Billy Abstract, and also at Abstract Thought. And then go to the website, the Clouds, THAClouds.com, and you can find any of these t-shirts that you would like to purchase.
Right. You can find me on Twitter at WillPhillyBull. That's all lowercase, WILLPHILLYPHWL.
And you can find me, Jennifer Chappell, at JL Chappell, CHAPPLE on Twitter. You can also check out I'm Hatin at IMHATIN.blogspot.com, or you can check out my I'm Hatin on Twitter, which is at IM_Hatin, HATIN, and that's on Twitter. So
holla. Can't say you ain't been buzzed, baby. Be sure to watch more of The Buzz Club every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. on Philadelphia's Comcast, Channel 66, and Verizon, Channel 29.